Hey, everybody. Welcome. Thank you so much. I'm so excited that you're here. Listen, if you're a replay viewer, you're at the right place at the right time with the right people. Go ahead, share the broadcast. But if you're here for the first time, put a one in the comments so we can show you some love. Not trying to put you on the spot, just want to show you some love. And if you hear something that encourages you, inspires you, go ahead and share the broadcast. It's going to be a great conversation tonight. I'm super excited. As you can see, I have a special guest tonight, and so we're going to have a quarantine conversation. I know you're like, we ain't in quarantine yet, but y'all about to be. So y'all need some instruction. You need some guidance. You need some encouragement and some wisdom before you go into quarantine. So again, I'm so excited that you're here. I'm Tisha Marie Johnson. For those who do not know me, I'm an Amazon bestselling author. I'm the founder and creator of Your Love of a Lifetime, helping you manifest true and lasting love. I'm excited to be here with you. You know, we go live, we talk about it, and it's Friday. So, fiery Friday. The conversation can get a little spicy tonight. So don't fear, don't fret, don't worry, but it's real. So if you don't feel up to having an adult conversation, you might want to click off. But if not, I encourage you to stay. So again, welcome and thank you so much for being here. Hey, Marnie, listen, like, share, subscribe, follow, all that. Do what you need to do so you can be connected. So again, welcome and thank you so much for joining us tonight. Make sure you share the broadcast. All right. All right. So I have a very special guest with me tonight. Funny, we're on Facebook, though I met him on Instagram. But I'm super excited. And as it would be, we have a whole lot of mutual friends, and we actually live in the same place. So imagine that, going to Instagram and meet somebody down the street. Too funny. Thank you for sharing. Hey, Denise, thank you for joining us. Thank you for sharing, Marnie. Please share the broadcast if you haven't already. So, Mr. Jonathan, Coach J. Hart Moore, a very inspirational individual. What sparked me was his Instagram handle, that a very thought-provoking handle, and then his content, very inspiring, again, just motivational, encouraging. And the fact that he's a relationship coach, I was like, let me take a deeper look. And so we had just gone through our relationship summit in September, which was phenomenal. And I was like, man, had I really known, we might have had him come aboard, but all things in perfect time. And so he's here now, and I'm excited about it. So, Coach J. Hart, hey.
How are you?
Awesome. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm super excited that you're here. And he has a book. I declare that is best selling, all the way on to New York Times best selling list, but it'll get there. But
Right.
he has a book which I was able to get a copy of, and actually we exchanged books because of the book we released earlier in the year, and so was able to meet him, have a conversation with him, and he probably laughed when I said, I just want to make sure that the person that I see, or the personality that I see on Instagram, is the actual person in real life.
Oh
So
my. Oh
that's
my.
important because
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
it's very important. So, Coach, tell the people hello and who you are and what inspired you to become a relationship coach.
Hello, people. Hello. This is Jonathan, Coach J. Hart Moore. Um, I bring you greetings from this very warm day in Detroit, Michigan. People was half naked outside. I'm like, see, yeah, there y'all go. There y'all
And
go
it's
with the new
Michigan because they
ammonia.
know it's going to be 30 degrees tonight.
It sure is, and it's gonna be cold the rest of the week, the rest of the year. So hey, but this is Michigan. I call it the tricky weather state because you never know what it's gonna be. Because it was just snowing a couple of days ago.
Very true.
It snowed Monday, and here we go with 66, 67 today. So hey, it is what it is. But the reason why I became a relationship coach, there's a saying: when you know better, you do better. And I can say that's true and false because a lot of us know better and we still don't do better. But like I told you before, I have two boys, young men that's coming up behind me, and I messed up enough in life for both of them. So I needed to make sure I did what I was taught and not pretend to do what I was taught, which was I was raised right, raised in a Christian home, raised in the religious beliefs of Jesus and just being right all the time. So I said, you know what, let me change some of the stuff that I was doing and change this person that I had become because of past issues and past hurts. So when it was brought to my attention to be a coach, I was like, yeah, I guess I can be a coach. And I was like, well, what kind of coach would you be? And I was like, funny, people always ask me about relationship stuff, and I don't know why. It ain't like I'm perfect, but so I like, hey, let's try that. So walking down that vein and becoming a relationship coach, it kind of opened my eyes up to a lot of stuff that I knew to do but didn't do. A lot of truth that I spoke but wasn't practicing. Um, and the funny thing is, I became a relationship coach after my separation from my wife. And then she found out once we got a divorce, and she was like, I hope you're giving them better information than you did with me. So I was like, hey, I was like, huh, maybe I should give out better information than I did with her. So it's a it's not an easy task, but yet it's a task that I feel that I need to do because of who I am and because of the little ones and the other people that look at me and follow after me.
Awesome. So, what I discovered is like this path kind of found me because, when I look at my own personal relationship story, I never would have chosen to be here because I felt like, man, I believe in love. I love love. I love you couldn't have told me that I'd be 52, not married, and no children.
52,
Never.
where?
Thank you.
Trying to get them brownie points early. Amen.
So this path, this thing called love, oh my goodness, I know for me, and I'm so happy that you said that you want to give a great example for your children because because I didn't have that. A lot of things that I learned about love and relationship and marriage were head on experience, almost head on into the brick wall
Brick
experience.
wall, please say
And
that.
And so there's no wonder why relationships don't last, and why people struggle so. And what I'm excited about the conversation that you and I have is because, based on our conversation, we believe in setting that foundation of course, God, and then the self-love, and I can talk about the self-love because your book is a journal, and so one of the first few days is I love myself, the declaration that you make. And I was like, oh my goodness, that's powerful because I think a lot of times people want to receive love, but because they've never given it to themselves, you can't teach somebody to give you something that you don't practice, something that
Uh,
you haven't done with you. So what kind of experiences have you heard about? And we'll get to 2020, but just along your journey about the loving self and the being able to love somebody else, but if you don't have that piece together, how effective can your relationship be?
that's one of the key things that I try to give. And any conversation about love or relationships that I'm ever involved in, whether it's at work or at church or anything of that nature. However, but how can you show somebody or teach somebody how to respect and love you if you've never done it yourself? If you never experience you loving you and you respecting you, how do you know what you like and what you don't like? That's like a child never eating Brussels sprouts or broccoli a day in their life and saying, "Ugh, that stuff nasty." How do you know if you never tried it? How do you know if you never witnessed the taste? Or just like a young child, you telling them, "Hey, don't touch the stove because it's hot." How many of us have actually touched the stove when we were told that it was hot? We had to go and try it for ourselves, and then we learned. Oh, Mama was right. Oh, Granny was right. That stove is hot because you just got finished cooking them grits. So the stove is hot. You know, same in fact with love and respect and honor and trust with self. If you don't learn those lessons for yourself and know what it is for it to be true to you, how can you tell me what's good and what's bad for you if you never tested or tried or figured out what you like and what you don't like? That's why I always tell people, you need to date yourself. Find out what you like and what you don't like. Find out the places you like to go and you don't like to go. Some people love Logan's or a Texas Roadhouse. They like, hey, I'm good here. But if you never tried Ruth Chris, if you never tried Granite City Grill, you know what I'm saying? If you never tried Champions,
Right.
Champs, I mean, you will not know what it is to have a smaller upper echelon of eating. If you never went to what's that Texas De La Grill or whatever it is downtown, if you never went to have some people come out and bring you selections of meat for you to pick on
Yeah,
your
Texas
own.
de Brazil. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if you never, oh, that looked very meaty. Let me try that. If you never experienced it, how do you
Yeah.
know how it's going to be? How do you know that you won't love it? So I think that if you don't know how to love self and know what self love is, you can't truly tell anybody how to treat and respect you because you don't know what it is to be treated and or respected correctly.
Ooh, that's good. That's good. Yeah. And unfortunately, sometimes it's really hard to see outside of your circle, to see outside of what the norm has been for you in your life. And I think at times we expect a higher level experience, but we really don't know how to act when we get there. If we talk about the dining experience, you know, a Taco Bell dinner and a Texas de Brazil dinner, that's so far apart. And you have to understand what goes along with that. And so, yes, I might have this high expectation of love and what I want, but like you said, if I've never given it to myself, if I've never experienced it, I can dream about it. And that really is just about all. I'm not going to walk in the fullness of it until I prepare myself to be ready to, and I call it positioning. Until you position yourself, a lot of look, I talk to women, a lot of women, they want this great man, but until you position yourself for that man, you're gonna continue to date the same dude. He might have a different name, might have a different skin color, he might be short, the other one was tall, but it's the same dude. You have to prepare yourself for the experience that you desire.
I, you know, I was watching Bishop Greg Davis today on YouTube, and a lot of the stuff that they were saying on that show basically fit what you just said. If
Wow.
they You have a notion or a preconception or whatever you may say of what you want or what you think you want. And then when you get it, you don't know how to you don't know how to wear it properly
Yep.
because you can put on a mink coat, but if you always had that fox and rabbit fur, you won't be able to you won't be able to fashionably wear the mink because you won't dress it correctly. You don't never see anybody with a mink coat and a jogging suit on
Right.
or a tracksuit. They not wearing the old Reebok tracksuit with this, with this mink coat. They're already dressed apart. So if you don't know how to dress yourself correctly, you will never know how to wear what that other person adds to you correctly.
Absolutely. So, Jonathan, where do we get this preparation from? I'm 30 and I've wanted to be married and it just isn't working. Or I'm 40. I'm 40, I'm divorced, and I hear what you're saying, but how do I get to that?
You have to honestly, let's be true. Get to know you. Get to know your likes and your dislikes. Get to know your ups and your downs. Get to know your triumphs. Get to know your failures and live your truth. You won't be ready seriously for that next step unless you live your truth, unless you accept the good, the bad, and the ugly of you. And if there's anything that you want and or feel that you need to change, then you need to change those things with self first before you try to run out here and grab a man and or run out here and grab a woman because no one wants to have some. You always hear women say, I don't want a project. I don't want a fixer upper. I don't want nobody I got to train and teach. Well, men don't want that either. So let's just be fair and honest to each other. You know, let's wind up living. And you're totally like, please live your truth. And what that means is come to grips with your ups and your downs. Come to grips with the things that you have failed and you have missed out in life. Be honest with yourself. Yes, I'm a big guy. Why? Because I eat junk food. Not because I eat good, because I just eat junk food. But I know I need to be healthier. So let me change the way that I eat. Let me change my mindset that I have towards eating and health. That's how you get to become a better you. And then that's how you get to become a better person in that relationship. When you become a better you for you, not for somebody else, because that's a short-lived experience when you try to change for someone else. Trust me, I've had a lot of heartbreaks trying to change and live for other people, and the only thing that happens is it comes to a screeching halt when you realize that's not you.
Right.
I played the part for a lot of older women thinking that I'm older. No, boy, you're only 21. You still want to go out there and play. She's looking for a husband. You ain't trying to be nobody's husband right now. That girl is 29. You 21. You trying to go out here and play in these streets. Yeah, let's be true. Let's be real about who we are and where we are, and then change for the better.
Okay, I'm gonna play devil's advocate for
Here we go. Here we go.
a minute.
That was advocate. Okay,
Coach
let's
Jay,
go. Yes,
listen,
yes.
it's about to be cold. We about to be in quarantine, sir. You know, I just gotta, I want somebody. I want to be with somebody.
Walmart got heated blankets to keep you warm. Just saying. All right, let's be
Oh,
real.
that's funny.
They got heated blankets. Aisle five. Shoot, it's up
He
on the
said, "I'll
top to the
find."
left. It's on the top to the left.
Oh, wait,
No,
that is
but
funny.
cool. You. It's getting cold and you want to be with somebody. It's becoming the holidays and you want to go to the family function with a mate. Great. How about going to a family function with a friend? A good friend that you're getting to know, a good friend that you are honest with, a good friend that you can honestly be yourself with. And you don't have to, as we used to call it years ago, fake the funk. If I could, so we can be real, right?
Oh yeah.
I know you just want to be loved. I understand that. But if you're not loving you and you're not loving you correctly, the love that you will find will be short lived because you will find something wrong with the way he's loving you. Why? Because you don't know how you need to be loved. I love the book, The Five Love Languages, because it actually brings out the true you. Because if I'm only giving you roses and you want hugs and kisses, I might be doing something good, but it's not what you need.
Right.
So yeah, it's getting cold, but don't fall for the first smile and the chocolate eyes and ooh girl he chocolatey and I love him and he look good and he got them good smell goods on and he just came and hugged me and I felt so comfortable. Short lived. If you want short lived, go right ahead, be my guest. But if you want something that's going to last long, them 30, 40, 50-year anniversaries and stuff, be true to the love that you're actually truly looking for.
That's good. I just really wanted the ladies to hear it from a man's perspective. Because it's one thing for me to say, hey, you don't want all that. You don't want that drama. You don't want that temporary fix. But from a man, that they hear it, they receive it. CJ say, "Baby, it's cold outside." That's my sister.
And she's absolutely right. It's about to be 20 some degrees outside and stuff. But
Look, she in Texas, so she don't know nothing about cold
oh, she don't know.
outside.
You don't know. Well, you definitely don't know. 20, please, 20 degrees. Yeah,
Right.
you left your freezer open too long. That's about
Ah,
it.
okay. Awesome. So you mentioned truth. Why is it so hard for men and women to be truthful with one another, in your opinion?
Because don't nobody want to face reality. We love the fiction, we love the cartoons, we love the make believe, we love the fairy tales. We really don't want to get to the true essence of what is real. Never really want to get into truth of what is real because then we have to face reality. And we have ran from reality for so long that we have made a lie to be our truth. And once reality hit us, we run the opposite direction because one, it'll bring us back to whatever hurt and pain to cause us to run in the beginning. And a lot of us are not ready to face and or go through the process of healing correctly to be able to receive what they really are looking for. So they think that the car and the clothes and the nice house and a good job is what they're really looking for. But all they're really looking for is that show enough true satisfaction of when I come home, I just want to know that I'm safe. I want to know that you are my safe place. And to get to that safe place, you have to be honest and true and heal from a lot of the brokenness that you have that's within you.
Woo. Heal from the brokenness. Stop running. Stop running. So many people are running. And it's unfortunate. When I talk to people about divorce, never anything that I imagine I go through. Definitely not. And the number of times that I've been through it. But I
Amen.
understand. And I understand in each situation how I got there and why it wouldn't last. A lot of people are in relationships that if you try to take them to the next place, it's never going to work. And I think a lot of times we want to cover up so much of what's obvious and pretend because we think this is going to make us whole, this is going to fulfill us, not understanding and realizing that it really isn't because it's not real in the first place. It's like you created this fictional story that doesn't exist, but you act like you're living in it. It'll never it'll never turn out to be what you think that is going to be. And so yeah, you gotta, when I'm talking to people about divorce, I'm like, okay, as bad as the other person may have been, what were you responsible for doing? You got to be responsible and accountable for your actions, even in the worst of the worst situations. Say, for instance, abuse. No, you didn't necessarily want that from the relationship, but what did you overlook? What did you allow yourself to be manipulated in? And those are like real conversations that people don't want to have. What was it in you that allowed that relationship to even be a part of your life? I understood that there was abandonment and rejection that I was not fully conscious of. But when I came to myself, because I say, I was like the prodigal son, when I came to myself, I was like, oh my goodness, what are you doing here? This
Oh,
this is
oh my,
not
where
what
you
you're
supposed
supposed to
to
be
be.
here.
Not at all.
And
Not at all.
so, but you got to be honest with you. And too often people do not want to be honest. Oh my goodness. Listen, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I see y'all. Listen, go ahead and like and share this broadcast. Somebody needs to be a part of this conversation. And we're having an after the broadcast conversation in Zoom, a private conversation. So listen, you either got to inbox me, you got to inbox Jay, you got to be able to get the link. So I'm excited. We're talking about love in quarantine. Is it so difficult? And as you can see, this conversation is just getting started. So again, like and share the broadcast if you have not done so already. A watch party would be great. I appreciate you. Hey y'all on Periscope. Hey y'all on YouTube. Thank you for joining us. Share with your followers, subscribe and like, and all that other good stuff. So I'm here with Coach Jay Hart. We are having this conversation. And so, why do you think it's hard for men and women to get on the same page?
Yeah, everybody's chasing certain different things at different times. Sometimes we're going into the same direction, just at different speeds. So, where I'm ready to jump into holy matrimony, you just try to jump into holy sheets of money. And that's it. So we are
Woo!
definitely going into two different, going in the same direction, just at different speeds, just at different paces, just at different tones, just at different times and stuff. And it's hard because everybody's looking for something, the same thing, but something different, if
Yeah,
that makes sense.
yeah, yeah,
You
I
know,
get that.
so it's like I want this, but you want it today, and I can hold off for a minute because of what's happened, or I'm honestly trying to pick between you and somebody else, and or I'm still holding on to my ex, trying to see if that's gonna work between us, but I like you nonetheless because you give me what I've been looking for in him.
Woo.
But I've been with him for so long, I'm just used to what we used to.
Coach
So,
Jay, you got me choked up there, sir.
but
Yes, no,
let me just say this. This is my
go ahead.
disclaimer. This is
Go
my
ahead.
disclaimer before anybody say anything. 99.7% of what I say, I've lived. The other whatever percent I said, because I forgot already, is is what I heard and what I've witnessed.
Yeah, yeah.
You know,
So,
so
so you've had that relationship where you wanted to take it kind of slow, but she was trying to rush you to the sheep
oh yeah,
ministry.
yeah, yeah. Bedside Baptist. She went to Bedside, yeah, Bedside Baptist.
Ooh,
Amen. Hallelujah. I'm like, hey, hold on. I'm coaching. We super saved over here. I ain't ready for that. No. But and not only that, it's sometimes when you ready for a family and they like family. I thought we were just out here having fun
right.
and not talking and truly communicating where you are causes a lot of heartache and pain because I'm ready to settle down and commit, but I don't want to lose you in that. So I'll play this game with you.
Yeah.
Who's gonna get hurt?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I want to play double dutch with you, just hoping I can jump over both of the ropes and not hit my foot on one of them.
Yeah.
Because when I do, all the truth is gonna be exposed for what it truly is, and I don't know if I'm ready for that.
Mm-mm-mm. We back to that truth, but I want to move on to communication. Why is it so challenging? Now, I heard you in a conversation about this last week. Why is it so challenging to communicate with one another? Why is that so hard?
Oh, let's go back. Was that Sunday? It's not that it's hard to communicate. It's just that everybody want to hear what they want to hear, and they want to hear it at the times that they want to hear it at. Nobody wants to sit back, listen, and then take in what was said. Or I'm going to listen to that much of what you said because everything else I already know what you're going to say because you say the same thing. Well, if I'm saying the same thing, are you really hearing what I'm saying? Because I'm telling you I want macaroni and cheese, but you keep feeding me string beans. Yes, I like string beans, but I didn't had it for the past 5 weeks now. Can I get some macaroni and cheese? And you're like, all I got is string beans. Here you string. Wait, hold on. You're not listening to what I'm telling you. Thank you for cooking. I appreciate what you're doing, but can I have some variety? And if you're not listening to everything that I say, you're not really listening to me at all. And we stop communicating. Men especially stop communicating when we're not heard the first two or three times. And we pushing three.
Wow.
We pushing three because I have a saying: I don't speak to my children twice, so I'm sure not about to speak to an adult twice. And my kids, which are 8 and 10, understand when Daddy speak once, it needs to get done. Why you at 38 don't know when I'm telling you this is what I want, you doing the total opposite and then getting upset at me because I shut down. I said I like Cottonelle. You keep on buying me this one ply stuff that ain't fitting me. It's just like a break in the communication because you only want to hear and you only want to do the part that you feel that you should and or need to do, and that's not fair to nobody.
Yeah. So what about the hard conversations though? Now I get you on. I say it, my kids better do it. But with an adult, especially one who may not have good communication skills, is that a challenge for you?
I don't think it's just a challenge for me. I believe it's a challenge for everybody. I
Okay,
mean, hey,
okay.
let's have a real conversation. You hurt me when I'm talking and you jump off. Prime example. Let's go. My truth. Ready? You
Right.
hurt me when you ask me about my day, but you pick your phone up and you text and Facebook and Instagram and
Ooh,
Snapchat and everything else.
sir, you better say
Don't
that again.
don't ask me about my day and then jump off into social media. Don't ask me about my day and start cracking up laughing at something you done read on Instagram. Now you're not listening to me. So when I go talk to Susie Q down the street and she listened to me like she a therapist, don't get upset because you pushed me somewhere else when all I wanted to do was talk to you because you asked me about my day. So I'm opening myself up to you to give you what you asked. But if you can't handle what you ask, then don't ask. Trust me, with me, if I give it to you and I see you don't handle it correctly, I'll take it away. But I'm very sarcastic at times.
Mhm.
So I'll play, I'm like, so how was your day? Do you really want to know my day or you really want to see what your girlfriend's talking about on social media?
Yeah.
And I get that face. That's the face. I get that. Don't look like you constipated or you passed gas at church and it was a little loud. Don't look like that. I'm just being fun. I'm just being serious because I'm not going to open and be vulnerable with you if you're not going to respect my openness and my vulnerability. And going back to the question you said, that's why we can't have those real talks because I don't think you're ready to handle what I really have to say. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to surface love you. And if I surface love you, just believe it's somebody waiting in the wind. Just believe it's somebody else waiting in the wind because I really want somebody I can talk to.
Yeah.
And since it's not you, trust me, somebody else is waiting in the wind.
Wow. 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 And wow. I'm going to go back to a comment that CJ made. While we never want to admit that it's just sex, we dress it up so many ways, but in the end, it's just sex. And yeah, because men and women again don't want to be truthful about their intentions or what their desires is. A lot of times women think that, oh, well, he said he wants to get married, but he don't want to do it right now. Well, I can change it. I'm gonna be such the woman. I'm gonna cook his favorite stuff. I'm gonna buy him nice things. I'm gonna treat him so nice. I'm gonna put it down with the get down, and he is gonna love me and take me straight to the altar. And a lot of times that's not true. And I tell women, you can't coerce him, you can't manipulate him, you can't cook him, you can't sweet talk him, you can't sex him into something that he does not want with you.
My, speak to. From a male point. Let me do. Can I please do the male? Please do the
Absolutely.
male point.
Yeah, absolutely.
I 155,000% agree with you. Don't think because grandma didn't taught you how to cook her famous biscuits that it's gonna get me to say I do. It's not. It's gonna get me to come to your table. That's it.
Mm,
You might get a I love you every now and then, but it's not going to lead to nothing serious. You're
Ladies,
not
are you
going.
listening? Y'all
You
need wait, Jay. Y'all need to share this broadcast right now. I don't care if you shared it already. Share it again. Hey, CC, thank you for joining. Y'all share this broadcast because he is breaking it down. He kicking it real. Y'all take some notes. Continue, sir.
okay? So let me put another disclaimer out there. I might get my manhood license revoked after this conversation with
Uh,
you, um, because I'm just gonna be real, real, real like serious because we too old out here to be playing. So let me go back. In all seriousness, you can't change him
yeah.
with nothing that you doing. I had a young lady come to me a couple of years ago, and she said, "Jonathan." Now, mind you, she wanted to talk to me, but wound up talking to him instead because I wouldn't, jump through the hoops. So she turns around back and comes and say, "Jonathan, I don't understand why he does what he does." I'm like, So you're coming to me about man relationship problems with the guy you talked to after me and you. Okay, cool. So I, you know, and she said, I do everything possibly for him. He lost his job. I gave him my Chrysler 300 to go look for jobs. I bought him, interview clothes. I hooked him up with the laptop to, do his resume. I told him where the closest Michigan Works was, so he can go up there and get, job training, job interview training, and all that other stuff. And I just keep doing and doing and doing and doing. And I'm like, I want to be with you, and I want to make this work. But he told me he wasn't ready, and I'm like, but I'm doing everything that a girlfriend and or a wife should do. Why isn't he? I said, and I laughed, and she said, "You laughing?" And I said, "I'm not laughing at you. Let me tell you what I'm laughing at. I'm laughing at the fact that you are as old as you are, and you think buying a man is gonna work." I said, I said, you better be thankful you have the type of man that you have, because he said what I told her. I said, if a man is not secure, if back up, if a real man is not secure in what he is, where he is, what he's doing, and how he's feeling about himself, he is not truly, honestly going to want to settle down and be the man for you in your life. And
Wow.
if he's telling you that, honor what he's saying and just be there for him when he needs you. Don't try to be there for him and be like, I was there for you when you was down and out and you ain't had. That's not what we want to hear. Because then you were trying to set something up. You wasn't being a true friend. You was trying to put that nail in a coffin so he can say when he gets on his feet, he's going to come running you. He probably won't. 9 times out of 10, we don't. 9 times out of 10, we don't. And this is why. Because we did not honestly love you wholeheartedly. We loved what you did. And we love what you did because you did it without us asking. And you did it with us doing the bare minimum to you and for you. I'm not saying stop doing. I'm just saying watch how you do and for the reasons that you do. Because if you're trying to do a hook, line, and sinker, baby girl, that fish is gonna wiggle himself off your line and go to the next best thing in the sea.
So he will.
That's just it. If you're going to be a good friend to him, then be a good friend to him, understanding who you are to him, not what you feel you should be to him, because you're not that to him. You're just that very good friend because that's what he said. Please take note. Coach Jay said, if he said it, that's what it is. If he did not give you anything else, don't you in your CCs and in your feelings put anything else with it, because at the end of the day, when he hurt your feelings, who actually was at fault, him or you? Let me put my hand up and answer that question. It was you, because he never said that. Oh, he said he wanted a wife that did this, this, and this, and I do everything. So I'm no, you're not. No, you're not. You were just a woman who did everything he said he wanted a wife to do. That's it.
Wow. Period. Yeah. And a lot of times women get hurt. Look, I can say I've been in the situation, married. Can I say married? In the situation and doing all these things, but like you said, if he's not confident in who he is, if he's not confident in where he is in life, ladies, you laboring in vain. You are working in vain. He and I put it this way, that it's our fault. Yeah, it is our fault because we hear what we want to hear. We don't hear what he's saying. We hear what we want to hear, and we hear it. from the vein of, okay, I hear what he's saying now, but again, I'm gonna be good to him. I'm gonna be the best thing he ever had. I'm gonna put it down in the bedroom. I'm gonna cook all his favorite. I'm gonna go to his mama's house, learn how to cook his favorite meals. None of that matters
Don't
if
go to my
he has
mama
said,
house. Don't go to my mama house. Shoot, you will hurt. Get your feelings hurt. Shoot.
wow. But we hear what we want to hear, and so it's unfortunate if and I don't know. I think I ask a lot of questions because I've had men tell me, "Oh, yeah, I never said that." So rather than thinking I heard you, rather than trying to read between the lines, I'm just gonna ask the question,
Please
because
do.
I want to know, and you can't assume. There's so much that women assume just because it hasn't been said.
I was
And
gonna
and
put my
that's the
name.
wrong thing. That's the wrong thing. A real man will make his intentions known. A real man will let you know where he stands and where you stand in his life. Yes, sir.
But believe him when he say it. Take it. If you can't get a straight answer from him, walk away.
Mm,
Just walk away. Just walk away. It's not what you thought it was. Please just walk away. For your peace sake,
yeah.
walk away. Be a friend. Remove yourself out of the situation because you're feeling. And I'm going to say what I said on another broadcast, and it almost got me shot. But but women are very emotional, and a lot of women live in their emotional state a lot.
Yeah.
I want you to be good. And like I told you when we met, I want you to get it. I'm going to say that. I want you to get it. And like I said before, get what? I want you to get whatever it is that you need to get for you. Whether it's the truth about where you stand with him, whether it's the truth about where you stand with you. Whether it's the truth about you standing in the communication that you have with you and or with him or with her. For any men that are listening to this, be honest about where you stand and your communication and in your feelings and in where you stand in the relationship or the ship, as I call it, with that person. Because every relationship ain't a relationship. Some of us live in situationships. Some of us live in sex ships.
Yeah.
And that's all it is. Some of us live in financial ships. I can't walk away because our income together, we make almost 200,000 a year. So I can't walk away from almost 200,000 a year. That's just crazy. But be honest with yourself and where you are and where y'all stand.
Absolutely. Wow. I've come to a point to where I just refuse. And after you cross 50, it's like, listen, I don't know how much life left in front of me, a lot, but I certainly don't have the kind of time I thought I had in my 20s or my 30s to play games, to try to figure it out, to wait and see. No, I don't have time to wait and see. We need to have some downright frank conversations. We need to see if we're on the same page because I just don't have time. Now that can be hard. And I can only speak for me because I generally attract younger men, but I've had experience with older men and ain't no difference. But I'm not saying that applies to all me. So,
Correct.
um, but I just at this point I refuse to settle. It's something when you walk away from somebody that you love because you know you deserve better. I only wish I had that wisdom when I was younger because I never would have been in some of the stuff that I was in because at a point, you got to realize that if they're not loving you, but if you're not loving you, they can never love you the way you want to be loved. Hard truth, hard truth. Now, Cece said, Cece, Shaquanda, CJ, I got CJ and CC on today. CJ said it's our fault. And it is our fault because, and you know, so I was in this conversation today or listening to this conversation today. And while I get that women allow certain things, but I just kind of feel like throughout the centuries, throughout time, there's just been so much to divide the Black man and the Black woman. Okay, if I can be specific. For my sisters, we've had to be strong in every area in our life. We may have been raised by, you know, a single mother. And so you have that independence. You have that, I got to make it do for me. Or you have children and you haven't been able to depend on the father, you know. Compliments to you because I appreciate the father that you are, and men that actually beyond the relationship with the mother that they do what they need to do for their children. Awesome, amazing. Kudos to you, sir. But we've been in those situations, and so it's kind of hard to step outside of that. And so I think men, I think there's a growing process that women have to do. But I also think that, and I could be wrong, I'm not saying I'm the authority. I think there needs to be a level of grace from men, especially if you've dealt with a woman, like, for example, me. While I'm working on it, I haven't had a man to like really just be for me, you know, spoil me, cater to me, take care of me. So I'm not saying that I don't want that. I'm not saying that I won't recognize it when it comes. I'm just saying, sir, give me some grace if I don't fall head first into that. Because that's not what I'm used to. And again, if it's, I can pamper me all day long, but that's different from being pampered, you know. So I think there's just a lot of growing and maturing, and we just have to get in position, again back to position, to receive that what we really want and be open and honest. Does love have to be so complicated, so hard? No, but you gotta be honest and you gotta be forthright and you gotta be open. You know, if you're not open to receive it, so you say to me, I say, Jonathan, how was your day? You say, you start to tell me, I pick up my phone. I got to be open for you to say, okay, why'd you ask me that question? And now you're not listening and not have attitude about it. And I just think a lot of times we just, like the emotional thing, you say women are in their feelings. So, yeah, it doesn't have to be as complicated as we make it.
No, no, no. It don't. And I think people say give the love that you want to receive. But if I've never been loved, let's not even talk about relationship love. Let's just talk about family itself. If
Yeah.
mama and daddy never said it and never showed it and never showed it in front of you, you wouldn't really know how to receive it from anybody else from jump. So there's a level of training and or learning that each and everybody has to do because everybody wasn't raised the same way with the same standards. And so that plays a huge part in the communicating part, the reciprocation part, the show and tell of it all. But if I'm willing to put down my walls and be able to one, learn me, trust me, respect me, give to me, then I should be able to pull down those same walls and learn you. Learn how to respect you. Learn how to care for you. Learn how to nourish you. Because, like I said before in the beginning, I may like to buy flowers and candy and I might love to give, send lunch. You might want a quick text message or a phone call in the middle of the day, baby. I love you. You mean the world to me. And I love the fact the way that you love me is effortless. And I'm learning how to love you even more. Please forgive me for not loving you the way that you deserve to be loved. I'm yet still learning. But if you're willing to open up and teach me, I'm willing to break down those walls of miscommunication and learn how to communicate the way you need me to communicate with you. You might rather receive that than $100 or a diamond ring because you may have never had that before. A man to say those words, you like, oh, shoot. What you say, boy? Say that again. say them
Look,
words
I'm over here
again.
like, what you
Say them
say?
words again.
Wow.
Shoot. Somebody got a steak dinner ready waiting for them.
Hey,
Shoot.
okay,
Come on, feel it, mignon. Come on, feel
okay. That's
it. you
what's
know,
up.
but I don't think a lot of people are ready to have those true, honest discussions with self, and I don't think a lot of people are ready to deal with the reason why they're the way they are.
Yeah.
I read a in U version there was a Bible plan I read about forgiveness, and they were talking about forgiveness on every level of that word. Forgiveness from the family hurt, forgiveness for the hurt that you caused yourself, forgiveness from the hurt that maybe a spouse has caused, and then it's forgiveness, period, from beginning to end. So, I mean, a lot of stuff is just us being open and willing to deal with stuff.
Absolutely. And the reality is, yes, we all came up different backgrounds, different experiences, but at a point, you got to say, okay, all of that don't work for me now. Take the good of what there is to take and grow from there. Because maybe Marcia said, how about you can't love if you don't know what love looks like? Or if you know that love looks like somebody kicking your tail, that really ain't the true definition of love anyway.
Not at all. Not at all.
So you've really got to come to a point to where you want to be honest with yourself about the things that you've seen and learned about life and love and the world, and take what works for you, and if it doesn't work for you, 86 it and find out what does. But people don't want to do the work. Everything comes before work in the dictionary, or the things that you want only come before work in the dictionary. In real life, you got to do the work and then you get the benefit.
Let's come back to something you said
Okay.
about being loved in an abusive relationship. Let's stop there. I heard something today and it speaks to that. People say, well, I never wanted anybody to abuse me, whether it's physical, mental, verbal. I never said I wanted that. I never opened myself to that. I never told them that it was okay to do it. Did you? Ready? So let's be honest. Wasn't there flags at the beginning of your
Absolutely.
relationship that you seen that you said, well, my grandma smothered potatoes and cure all that? No, it won't.
Okay.
My mama's sweet potato power win that over. He ain't gonna
Ooh,
do that once he get my mama's sweet potato. Yes, he will.
yeah.
I've did it. I've seen it. I've lived it myself. Once again, 99.7% of what I say is about me. So I've lived that to where I can say, oh, I can, and let's be honest, oh, I can love the hell out of her. I'm gonna make sure that I show her that ain't nobody gonna love you the way I love you, and you can forget that nigga because what he did is obsolete. Because I'm here now. No, 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 no. Stop.
Yeah.
Stop. Let's be honest. If he feel like beating your tail today, if you cook him grandma's smothered potatoes and your mama pumpkin pie, sweet potato pie, apple pie, cookies and cream ice cream, whatever, it's he's still going to do it. She's still going to do it because they have to understand that it's hurting the relationship, not just you.
Right.
The abuser has to understand that they're in the wrong. And grandma's smothered potatoes ain't gonna make them realize that they wrong.
Right.
It's a them issue. But ready, the part that you played in, you covered it over. You covered
Yep.
over it. You kept
Yep.
covering over it and covering over it, and like, oh, it's okay. It's not okay.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. I, Jonathan Moore, says it's not okay because you're not okay. And when anybody gives you something or make you live in a situation that you're not okay in, but you still live in it, it's your fault because God has given you two legs to walk it out, and walk it out, now walk it out. You can walk straight out of any situation you want to, but because we don't want to be by ourselves. We don't want to live. We don't want to leave our baby daddy. We don't want to leave our baby mama. We didn't say it. I do, and this the third marriage. This is the fourth marriage. This is the second marriage. This is the first marriage. And I'm gonna prove to my mama that I ain't like. Stop, y'all. I live. Ready, Jonathan? I have lived trying to be better than my father, and it has caused me a whole lot of hurt and pain trying to outdo a man that is deceased, trying
Wow.
to live and outdo a man who never knew how to do me or my brothers correctly. So I ain't nothing like him. I'm his namesake. I am all of him. But I have to choose to live this life correctly. You have to choose how to live your life correctly. You do not have to live in the defeat that you've been living in. You don't have to live in the hurt and the or abuse that you've been living in. You need to understand that one, God loves you like no other person have and will ever love you. And he has given you the ability to love you the same way.
Yeah.
You just got to get out of that fear and that rut of being alone. I know it's afraid of being alone. I know it's cold in the deep. It's cold. But Bishop Jake said something. I would rather live in peace than have a pair of hot legs laying next to me and live in hell.
Okay. That part. Marcia said there are generational flags that we as women ignore because we don't know what a generational curse looks like. Yeah. Yeah.
Ask the questions. Become become an investigator. Ask the question. Look, ready? I'm gonna open this floodgate up. Y'all need to write this down. Ask the question. Be an interrogator. If he don't like it or if he ain't ready to answer it, walk away.
Wow.
If you cannot get direct answers, walk. Oh, that's including anybody who look. Walk away if I cannot answer the questions directly. It's not that I'm hiding. It's the simple fact that there's some issues that I haven't dealt with, and I
Yeah.
don't want you to know about them.
Yeah.
Not yet.
Yeah.
And if I'm not ready to face them, then you shouldn't be ready to take them on.
Mm, that's good. Ladies, if he's not ready to face it, there's no way you should take it on. Wow.
No way.
Wow. Whew, this has been so, so, so good. Oh my goodness. Listen, you guys, share the broadcast if you have not already done so. I'm appreciative of this conversation. Love in quarantine. My special guest, Jonathan Coach Jay Hart. Moore has been with us today, and we talked about doing a series of things. So I need to know if you've enjoyed this conversation, if you want to see more conversations like this. I appreciate him coming and joining us and sharing from his heart. Come on with it. It took me years to get to that place. Yeah, absolutely. So we want to know. I want to know. Do you want more conversations like this? Quarantine conversation. Y'all about to be on the lockdown. I don't know if y'all know it, but listen, my neighbor was so funny. She was like, "Oh my goodness, where have you been? I haven't seen you. Live across the hall from me." I was like, "I've been here. I've been here." So, uh I know some of y'all been running these streets, and some of y'all need to sit down somewhere, okay? To this virus, this demon virus is over. So you can see 20, 21, 22, and beyond. Like seriously, it's not worth. Would you rather be in isolation for a while to be able to live a little bit longer, or you just got to get out there? I don't know. You make the choice. Nonetheless, we'll be here having quarantine conversations every Friday night. So let me know what you think. If you like it, you can also join the mailing list by going to bit.ly/my love list, just a mail list. So you can get the latest announcements of what we're doing, and some stuff will be behind closed doors because I want to have some very candid conversations that I don't want to get banned from Facebook for having. So we're
Face
gonna do that.
jail.
Right. There ain't no time for Facebook jail. But go to that link and you can sign up for the email list so we can keep you informed of what we're doing. And we got a lot of great stuff coming up, have some really amazing things that we're going to do in the month of February. I'm super excited about that, but got some things for the rest of the year as well. So we're excited, looking forward to it. Listen, you want to definitely join me next weekend. We're going to have Black Friday specials, Super Saturday specials, the Monday to Tuesday. Yeah, we're going to be here. So come and see what there will be for you as it relates to love and relationship. And I might be offering my membership for a low discounted price. So you just got to come back and get that information. I'm super excited that you guys are here, that you joined us tonight. Go ahead and share the broadcast if you have not done so already. Let my guest, Coach Jay Hart, know how much you enjoy his conversation in the comments for me so that he'll see how you appreciate him. I want you to know, sir, I appreciate you taking the time to be here and great conversation. Look forward to many more. Excited. So, what do you want to leave the people with?
What I want to leave the people with on this final note: live your truth,
Mm.
and I want you to get it, and I want you to get it for you. Whatever it is that you need to get, whether it's healing, whether it's direction, whether it's true love, whether it's the honest about you, whether it's soul searching, whatever it is that you need to get for you, I need that to be your Christmas gift to you. That's what I need to be your Christmas. I need you to be the authentic and or to become the authentic you. Because 2021, you have no idea what it's going to bring to you if you're honest and true with you.
Ooh, that's awesome. Listen, you guys, if you want to join us in the Zoom room, drop me below so I can send you the link. Just gonna have a little bit more of a conversation until y'all get tired of talking, or until it's time for me to do the next thing, which I'll be back on a little bit later tonight, I do believe. So you can join me then. In the meantime, again, thank you so much, Coach Jay Hart. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. All right, you guys, I'm gonna get out of here, but I will see you guys soon. And listen, y'all know I've been like working real hard on some other stuff, but I'm really gonna get back to my regular live stream schedule. I promise, I promise. But in the meantime, in between time, you guys be well, stay safe, and know that I love you. Have a great, awesome night.
Good night, y'all.